This video covers my research on the Fukushima radioactive pollution in the Pacific Ocean. This event interested me because I understand the significant damage this disaster has and can still cause on our world. The Pacific Ocean is a vital resource for our survival as humans, especially for us living on the coast of California. The fish we eat, the plants we gather, and the other resources we take from the ocean are all directly affected by the pollution we add to the water. The radioactive pollution that entered the Pacific during the earthquake in Fukushima did and still does pose a significant threat to our oceans. The Fukushima disaster all started when the Tohoku 9.0 magnitude earthquake hit on March 11, 2011. The earthquake originated on the northwestern edge of the Pacific Plate in the Japan Trench. This boundary is convergent, and earthquakes are common here. The earthquake caused a giant tsunami that crashed into the Fukushima nuclear power plants. The tsunami damaged the plant's systems and led to a loss of power and eventually the overheating of its nuclear reactors. This caused the plant's containment systems to be breached and led to the leaking out of an incredible amount of radioactive gases and liquids into the atmosphere and the Pacific Ocean. The pollutants released into the ocean and atmosphere were alpha, beta, and gamma radiation. More specifically, the plant released radioactive plutonium, cesium, and iodine-131. These pollutants decay at varying speeds and release destructive energy into their surroundings. The main source of radiation from Fukushima is cesium, which has a half-life of 31 years. That means it will take around a century for the cesium to leave the ecosystem. This nuclear fallout enters living organisms and damages their cells and DNA. This damage can lead to many health issues, including cancer and reproductive problems. These pollutants are passed on by contact and consumption. A significant amount of marine life, both plant and animal, in the area immediately came in contact with the radioactive pollution. As the years have passed, long-lived pollutants are being passed on and accumulated within organisms in the ecosystem. Therefore, the plant and animal seafood taken from the Pacific has the risk of being polluted with radioactive material. This alone is cause for concern. Groundwater and ocean water continue to be contaminated by the pollutants. The radioactive pollution on land is well documented because of the people living in those areas. On the other hand, the spread of radioactive pollution in the ocean is much more difficult to track due to the changing ocean currents. Japan has yet to contain the stop and release of radioactive pollutants completely. Scientists seem to be in agreement that more data has to be collected before a clear damage report is given. The world must assist Japan in containing their nuclear plant as first importance. We must also monitor radiation levels continuously until the radioactive materials fully decay. Author Dr. Ken Buesseler from the Woods Hole Oceanographic Institute of USA said, overall, the results show a trend of decreasing radiation risk in oceans themselves and to marine life. This is generally true, except for the harbor at Fukushima. The highest remaining oceanic contamination remains in seafloor sediments off the coast of Japan. Despite this, we are still concerned that there is little support to continue assessments as time goes by, in particular from the U.S. federal agencies, which have not supported any ocean studies. This is not good, as public concern is ongoing, and we can learn a lot even when levels go down in the environment. and are no longer of immediate health concern. Professor Bernard Grambeau, director of Cibatec Laboratory, commented, quote, while the distribution and impact of radioactive material becomes clearer with time, a lot of work still needs to be done. Discharge flux rates of cesium-137 to the ocean continue, and forest and soil-bound cesium-137 is only slowly being washed away, with waste piles accumulating in many places. The evolution of transfer mechanisms and the flux of radioactive material through soils, plants, and food chain from land to ocean are still insufficiently understood and still deserve close attention by the international scientific community. Unquote.